episode of your favorite show to watch every Wednesday evening, Pitch Practice,
The show.
the show. What's up, Brandon? We have gone a little while before we've seen each other.
We're a week. Yeah, we're a week and 10 minutes late, man. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. We took the week off last week for Lover's Day.
Yeah, it was Valentine's Day.
How about that, Brandon? How was Lover's Day for you?
It wasn't bad. Got the wife a nice little bouquet of flowers, bought her bottle of her favorite wine. We just sat and chilled, and it was a good time.
Very nice, very nice. You got to spend some time with the loved ones. I love it. Yeah. We got an awesome show today. We got a lot to talk about. We got an announcement to make. You definitely want to watch all the way through this episode today, because not only are we talking about newsletters, but we're going to talk about some of my biggest tips. I've got a special presentation for you to stick around. And what I recommend is have your phone ready, because today is a special QR enabled episode of Pitch Practice, the show. How about that, Brandon? Special Q.
We're getting fancy, so definitely need to be on a desktop to participate.
Yes.
So if you're on mobile now watching, that's okay. You can go back to the replay and scan her up. But best if you're on desktop right now.
Yes. And then we also have to make that special announcement, because we have selected our next book that we will be actually getting into. It's our first book of 2024, Brandon, and I'm excited about getting into that. Do you have the book yet?
I've had the book.
Okay. Are you okay, you've had the book. Okay.
I've had the book. I'm about halfway through the book, but this will give me more reason to go back and reread the first half and then finally finish it up and get to the meat of it.
Awesome. So we'll be making that announcement towards the end. Stick around to the end, and we've got some exciting things. We're talking about newsletters today, and what prompted this conversation today about newsletters, in case you haven't heard, one of the pioneers of email newsletters, whether it's print or digital copies, is Mr.
Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy. He's not the pioneer email, because he doesn't email. However, Dan Kennedy, through his magnetic marketing program, has had a newsletter in print for, I don't know, years, right? Through the first iteration of the company, and then it being sold to, or turning into GKIC, to now under Russell's mast with the No BS marketing. This newsletter has kind of evolved over the times and gotten more modern, but the principles are obviously staying the same, because the foundations don't change. It's just the medium in which it's propagated out. And during our time at Funnel Hacking Live this past year, they emphasized newsletters a lot.
Yeah.
And the prior 2 years, they may have dabbled on it, but this year they went really deep into it, and having Perry Belcher on stage talking about newsletters in general and how newsletters are being created and sold as a commodity, for tens of thousands of dollars, which is absolutely crazy, I think. But in going back to the foundations that Russell talks about when it comes to email and email marketing and newsletters in general, for every person is on your list, you could expect to get $1 a month out of them, right? So it makes sense that email newsletters are valuable, because email isn't going anywhere. And I'm sorry, and I think in my research and looking at
you see that?
Yeah, looking at email marketing, Um,
who
the
has
first,
a who has a newsletter for sale?
who does?
Let me read
I'll
that.
buy it.
I
The
love
first
it.
marketing email was sent out in the late 70s, early 80s, I believe. And then from there, it's just been, Wild West when it comes to email and email marketing. Until recently, it's been kind of
Uh-huh.
reined in a little bit. But yeah, the newsletter is still powerful.
I'd like to talk about it from the standpoint of those out there listening. Make sure you give us a hashtag where you're watching from. We love to see your comments. If you're selling your newsletter, looks like you see that comment there. Tracy Kelly has an email newsletter for sale. She's selling it for $10,000. Wow, what a
That's a
deal,
bargain.
Tracy.
That is a deal.
That is a steal. That is a steal. But so where do newsletters fit for you and in your business? Someone out there might be watching and saying, okay, a newsletter is cool, but how can I use a newsletter for my business? And looking at it from the standpoint of how Russell teaches the newsletter, we went back to Funnel Hacking Live and that also familiar presentation where he shows the Sports Illustrated football phone, how to get people to subscribe to your email newsletter, and actually what should your email newsletter be about, what should you be writing about, or what is the purpose of it. As you mentioned, Brandon, that when you get subscribers, you should be earning $1 per subscriber per month on your email list, but you need to send them emails in order to take advantage of that. And an email newsletter is your way to bring people into your environment, into your circle, to become fans, your fans, and also to sell them stuff, right? Sell
Absolutely.
them stuff.
So email marketing is probably the least expensive marketing you can do, especially when it comes to platforms and software wise. The software we use is ClickFunnels. I also have an additional constant or Get Response program as well. Just how I kind of got into the marketing business. But there's an app from AppSumo, SendFox, super cheap
Okay.
to get started. And it has basic landing pages you can make, right? And the reason I bring that up is once you have them on your list, they're yours, right? And when it comes to email marketing, there's two types of campaigns that you do with email marketing. That's your drip campaign when somebody initially signs up, right? Usually a warm up sequence or something similar, right?
Yeah.
And then there's that again weekly, possibly daily, or even monthly touch base with them with your quote unquote newsletter, and that your newsletter is supposed to be set up to curate the content that you have already created to reshare it via email. Because as much as you wish your people to see all of your content on social media and your reels and your Facebook posts and your blog posts, things like that, they're not going to see it. The average person, follows probably 100 pages, has 2,000, 3,000 friends, and they only see a fraction of the content that's out there based on how they interact with those other people and what the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm thinks is going to be interesting to them. So with them being on your list, you have a guaranteed way to show up in a notification on their phone uh, to share the content that they may be missing throughout the week with regards to your blogs, videos, podcasts, etc.
Absolutely, definitely. And I'm glad you made that point, because make sure to stick around, because I'm going to show an example of how to do just that. Exactly what you said. How to send those emails out that are encouraging other people to see your content on different platforms.
That's good because and some of the things that that I've done and have been able to kind of hook up, and the reason why I still keep my GetResponse account, even though ClickFunnels has email marketing attached to it, is due to the RSS feeds that I've already hooked up to it. So I write half dozen blogs a month or so. At the end of the month, they're compiled through the RSS. Constant Contact, or sorry, not Constant Contact, GetResponse crafts an email and sends it out. Same thing with my blog post or podcast. Anytime I create an episode, it automatically shoots it out to my email list that there's a new episode that dropped. So
yes. And what I love is that people out there might say, okay, for my business, what do I write? And I think about the emails that I receive, Brandon. So just some examples of the email newsletters that I receive. I receive travel deals. I receive restaurant deals. And these are all emails that I am eager to open up, Brandon. And I am eager to open them up because I'm excited to see what is in these emails. People sometimes when I tell people that I do funnels, right?
mm-hmm.
And I tell them how funnels work, I'll say, yeah, we're going to collect your email address. And you know what? Sometimes people will say to me, oh, you're one of those persons that I give you my email address and then I start getting all these other emails from out of the blue. And I say, no, I'm not. That's not what we do. That's not what you want to do with your email marketing or your newsletter. And I'm going to point that out. And I'm going to show you when I talk about the mistakes that you can make in your email marketing. And I want you to look at these examples too, Brandon. And but you want your email to be something that your audience looks forward to opening. You don't want to compromise that, and you want to keep, because that person has given you their email address, and you want to respect that. You want to respect the fact that they've given you their email and trusted you to communicate with them. And when you break that trust, at least for me, Brandon, that's a no-go for me when it comes to email marketing. But there are some emails that I look forward to getting every week. And you want to make your email stand out that way. And I'm going to give you some of my best tips and some of the best tips out there to make your email newsletter irresistible, where people are saying, oh, I haven't gotten my email from Mark today. Where is it? Right. But email newsletter can, okay, so I do subscribe to some of my favorite ones, Brandon, are, I love Marketing Secrets podcast. I love the Marketing Secrets, the ones coming from ClickFunnels. I love the Secrets of Success membership email newsletter. I love some of my local activities that go on in the neighborhoods. I love getting emails about food. And then sometimes I will look at my emails from recently purchased items. Recently purchased items, saying, you know what, you've shown interest in this type of thing before. Maybe you might be interested in this. I get those a lot from companies like Audible, right? You get those, or this new release is available. Maybe you might be interested in seeing this. So I'm just putting these thoughts out there to help you out there, give you ideas when you're building out your own newsletter and what you're going to be communicating to your audience. That's just what I'm putting out there. The myriad and the variety of options that you can use. And it's not just for online coaches, it's not just for people like Dan Henry to Oh my gosh, I just had to say his name, right?
He's a good.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, so you want to get into? You got something more to say about newsletters before we get into our QR powered presentation?
Other than the fact that they're a great resource to learn from, depending on the type of newsletter that you sign up for. And again, there are different types and styles. Most are promotional in a sense that they're a way to drip out additional information to where they kind of sell you, right? By selling through example. A good example of that is the No BS newsletter, part of the gold package of the magnetic marketing system. Kind of looks like this. If you can see it, this is January 2024. Talking about
That's
the
a print
mastermind.
one.
Yeah, so that's print. It's also digital as well in the program itself. So they do have a PDF version as well. So you do get 2 copies, print and digital. And
let us see some of that. Give us, what do you like about that one?
What do I like about it? Well, I like that I get it every month for one. It gives me something to read. Physical in the hand, nice to touch instead of staring at a screen all day, every day when it comes to this kind of stuff. 2, the concepts in there are phenomenal. So again, and as we've mentioned before, there's really nothing new under the sun when it comes to direct response marketing. It's just same tactics and techniques, different mediums, right? But this print newsletter goes back to the foundational deal, to where you're getting something in the mail, direct mail, every week or every month, and in the letter, it goes over a specific concept. This month is talking about the mastermind. I don't think they talked about the mastermind before in the past 2 years, but it's going deep into the mastermind and how you can use mastermind events to sell through. And then it talks about Napoleon Hill, secrets of success, but also spread out throughout the newsletter are many ads and advertorials about upgrading to the Diamond program, as well as seeing what people are doing out in the wild when it comes to magnetic marketing. So it's great for swipe files. It's great to actually learn copywriting by reading from good copywriters. And again, it gives you the ideas to implement into your business to make more money. So, I mean, that's the benefit of being a part of that particular newsletter. There's newsletters for every niche. Whether you're a roofer, plumber, electrician, marketer, hairdresser, street sweeper, possibly even I don't know, what's a weird job.
Iron workers.
Steel workers.
Well, I would say cab drivers, but people don't take cabs anymore, right? It's just
Uber drivers. If you're a gig worker, there's newsletters for gig workers. Anywhere that somebody can disseminate content to educate somebody on some subject, there is some type of newsletter, whether it's print or digital, that is going to continue to sell products and services that is going to benefit the end reader. And that is the premise behind a newsletter and how it should fit into your flywheel of your linchpin system.
So rapid fire, Brandon. Rapid fire.
What
if I sell candles?
If you sell candles, I'm sure there's a newsletter about candles when it talks about the waxes, the ropes, the scents, the organics, and all of the kind of things that go into candle making. I'm sure there's a newsletter about it, and it's probably selling products related to the items you need to make your candles.
What if I sell deodorant?
Well, if you sell deodorant, again, it's most likely the same thing. However, you'll probably be bought out by Johnson & Johnson, since they own the deodorant market.
What if I sell coffee mugs?
Coffee mugs? Sure. I can see a newsletter for somebody that just sells coffee mugs talking about coffee, right?
Mug Bosses. I think there's a company called Mug Bosses, and or yeah, Coffee Mug Bosses. They've created a new newsletter. All these different coffee mug styles. I know that one of our friends out there watching is recently going into doing an e-commerce store. She's doing some more apparel. I've seen her. She's growing and do something pretty awesome out there. Yeah.
Speaking of coffee mugs, hold on 1 second. I got to disappear for 2 seconds. I got something and I got to give a shout out to. 1 second.
All right. Okay. We're waiting for you right here. And while we're waiting, I just want to let you all know that you can check the comments down below and find some links to some of our favorite email newsletters. And while you're at it, why don't you comment down below some of your favorite newsletters that you like to receive either on a weekly, daily, or monthly basis? I know myself, I subscribe to a lot of email newsletters, and some I read, some I don't, but I do. So if I'm not on your list, make sure to reach out to me because I'd love to be on your list, and send me a link because I'd love to check out your content. Hey, Brandon,
I'm back.
do you think that the Magnetic Marketing BS print newsletter will become a collector's item?
I think it may, for the right crowd. There's a reason why Russell bought it, because it does have powerful information behind it, and it's shutting down.
Yeah.
They're shutting down signups. Now, the letter itself isn't shutting down. So if you're already in, you're in, right? But they're not taking any more members, which brings about scarcity, which is a key concept of direct response marketing, which I'm going to be talking about next week in my email newsletter. So if you're not signed up, sign up to learn about scarcity.
Yeah, you can find the link down in the comments.
Yeah, so they're bringing a scarcity element to it. And March 1st, they're doing a never before done live streaming event from Dan Kennedy's basement. Dan Kennedy doesn't even have internet. So how they're going to be doing that, Lord only knows.
From his basement. He's got a basement.
He lives in Cleveland, so we have basements in Ohio. So they're doing that, and it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to watch it. Figure out what's wrong with it. March 1st, 11 a.m. Link in my description of the video. But we mentioned coffee mugs earlier, and that's what I ran to go get. I recently did a podcast interview with Mike Schmidt and AJ Rivera. And as a token of appreciation, they sent me a little mini Yeti coffee mug.
No way.
From Agency Coach.
Oh, really?
And it's branded with my logo.
Oh, wow.
So that was a pretty cool gift to get in the mail. So when you do nice things for others, they kind of do things in return. And it was a great interview talking about the systems and processes that they put in place to be able to scale and exit their own agency. And now they're helping other agency owners out implement the same systems and processes and giving them all their tools to close more deals for more money. So if you are in that freelance marketing world, I definitely recommend you check out Agency Coach with Mike and AJ there.
They are the developers or the
Funnel Hub.
Yep, they're the creators of the Sales Funnel Hub, and that was really cool because they had the entire software ClickFunnels 2.0 built around that Sales Funnel Hub model. If you haven't checked them out, look them up. Mike and AJ Schmidt, Agency Coach, Mastermind. All right. We're about 25 minutes in. I think this is
your presentation. What do you got for us?
This is going to be a short presentation. We'll go through it pretty quickly, but as we're going through it, I'd like to get your input on it as well, Brandon. Here we go. Let me pull this up and let me make this. Shucks, I always have problems finding which screen is actually being shared here. So give me a second.
I can see your deal.
Yeah, but I want to make it full screen. And bear with me real quick. All right. No, that's not it. That's not it. Okay. Oh, there it is, right there. Okay. All right. So, I want to go full screen. I thought I could just go full screen right there. Hold on. Presenter view.
There you go.
That's full screen?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. So here we are, and we are talking about my 5 biggest tips and the 5 biggest mistakes that you don't want to make in your email marketing newsletter. If you're out there, make sure that you are following along this presentation. And this, as I said before, is a special QR enabled presentation that we're going through. So get out your phone right now. And, and when you see the arrow pointing at the image, you can grab a copy of what we're looking at by just scanning the QR code with your phone. With this right here, just bringing this out right here. And I love this because it makes it so easy. Get your phone out, scan it, and you can get an exact copy of what you'll be looking at on your screen. Let's go here, Brandon. Let's go. So here's the very first opportunity for you to scan the QR code. This video is on my YouTube channel. It is the 5 worst email marketing mistakes to avoid. When you scan this QR code real quick, that'll take you directly to watch that video straight from my YouTube channel. It's gotten over 1,000 views. It's ranked 100%, and you will get some really good value out of that. All right, and you're ready to start with number 1. My number 1 mistake, Brandon, and tell me what you think about this one here. Number 1 mistake I see people making in their email newsletter is creating confusion with too much information. What do I mean? Look at this example right here. What would you say if you saw this email right here, Brandon? Just that subject line. Look at the subject line. It's just too busy. I think when people come to an email, you want in your subject line, you don't want a confusing message. You want a clickable message, something that's going to generate curiosity, right? And I see that mistake in this email here. And then I also see the mistake of look at this from line. Okay. I prefer to have clean looking, .com type of return addresses when you're sending your email. All right.
Yeah, I don't know what program is sending that thing out, but I can tell you ClickFunnels is clean. You got a to and you got a from, and they're from your domain. Same thing with GetResponse, same thing with Constant Contact. So whatever system that they're using, that is a hot mess.
It's a hot mess. And there's just too much text to even understand the message. So you want to keep your subject lines clear and free, and you want your message to be clear. And then even inside of the message, Brandon.
Oh, that's even more hot mess.
It's just, okay, maybe I might be interested in this, but when you look at it, it's graphic design, motion graphics, business cards, logos, website development, apparel, printing, advertising. Come on now.
That's what I like to call marketing vomit. They didn't know what to promote, so they're just going to promote everything, and and hope something sticks.
Exactly. This is a mistake that you do not want to make in your email or your email newsletter. Just separate this up. It looks like they've got construction, wings, graphic design. Oh man, you said it right. This is vomit. avoid that mistake. All right. Here's my mistake number two is don't be boring. Just don't be boring in your email address. When you want to have a little bit of creativity, and I don't want to throw this person under the bus because I do like their emails to a certain extent, but they just don't command much attention anymore. In this world where we've got so many different distractions in our life, we want to be able to open up an email and see some type of creativity and a little bit more creativity than just a plain text email. I'd say keep it to the point where your emails will land in the inbox, but sometimes you need to maybe throw in some underlines in there, maybe throw some italics, but they just don't command attention anymore.
Yeah, and when it comes to hitting the inbox, there are some protocols and etiquettes that need to be followed. One, don't have too many links in the email that comes off as promotional and spammy, and more than likely hit the spam box or the promotion folder. Two, keep the images to a minimum, or don't put any images in them at all. Ben Settle, I follow him. He's one of the email marketing gurus, and his program doesn't even allow you to put an image in the email template at all. So, keep that in mind.
Oh, all right. Mistake number three, copy and paste. I see so many people that will just actually copy and paste emails. It's okay. I would say it's okay to use templates, but personalize those templates and give them your personality. I just took this example of a template that I got. Trust that this world is abundant with opportunity, and all you have to do is tap into it and share with as many people as you can, and your income will take care of itself. That doesn't speak to me really. I think that when you take advantage of the templates and model but don't copy, model it but don't copy it, model it and then tailor it to your audience. What are your thoughts, Brandon?
Totally agree, and that goes with ChatGPT as well. Great tool to get the idea and draft up an email for you, but don't copy and paste ChatGPT. People can tell now; they've seen it enough. They're starting to see it more and more on blog posts. I can spot it in an instant if a post was written by a human or if it was a GPT AI deal, just based on the cadence of the words used, and that kind of stuff. Only because I use it so heavily myself. However, I do go in and change it, alter it, edit it. I have a thesaurus right here on my desk. So if I see a word pop up time and time again, I just look for an alternative word for it, and and make the additional edits. Great tool, but don't copy and paste.
Using that thesaurus. Mistake number 4, random and inconsistent messaging. I know we saw that big mistake in that first email, Brandon, but this one is where I want to talk about the messaging. This email, it goes from Apple watches to furniture to air purifiers, and it seems to me that this is another vomit email too, that they're just absolutely shots in the dark with trying to just throw links in front of you to get you to click on them. And this is, I would not suggest doing this. It goes straight to, hey, go buy some. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wayfair is a dumpster fire in itself. They are the digital arm of the old Sears company, which there are no more Sears stores around. It's all Wayfair now. So it doesn't surprise me. In fact, the last time I went to a Sears to buy a carpet cleaner, I actually had to buy it online at the Sears store and then go back to the back and pick it up.
Oh, really?
Which totally makes sense now that Sears is closed now.
Right. All right. Yeah. Don't do this. Avoid it like the plague. And now the last tip that I want to give, or last mistake, is I talked about this earlier, Brandon, and that is unsolicited email. And not just unsolicited email, but I signed up for travel deals. I think I told you that I do love travel deals with this company. And this is an email that this travel company sent me. No value, straight to the point, go buy some. And then it's not even about travel. It's about Amazon and electronics. You know, I think people aren't as dumb, and people are really paying more attention to what's in their inbox. And if I'm subscribing to travel deals, that's what I want to see from you. I don't want to see Amazon Prime members, electronics. And I understand. And what I'm saying in this is be consistent in your messaging and get permission from your audience, and don't send unsolicited messages. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, if you sell ice cream, don't send emails about cookies. You know what I mean? Just people aren't expecting it. It's not good for your brand. People will unsubscribe, right? So keep that consistent too. When it comes to unsolicited emails, if you're B2C, means if you're selling to consumers, you absolutely 100% cannot send anybody an email that has not opted in to your list. However, if you're B2B, you're Wild West. You can send as many unsolicited emails as you want. Hence, cold email campaign is one of the top B2B marketing campaigns that there is. In fact, I'm using it right now for the day job, and it's kind of working. So, but the message is consistent. I'm staying on brand for what the company does, and I'm not talking about random things for somebody else to go check out and take a look at. It's intentional. This email doesn't look like it has any intent, but for you to, check out the Amazon device event for them to make an affiliate commission off of an e-reader that you may buy, right?
Off of an Amazon link. Yeah.
So nothing wrong with affiliate links. However, they just have to have some intent behind them and actually be beneficial to the end user.
Provide value. Provide some value to that person that's giving you their email address, that subscribed to your newsletter. Give them some value in that, because once you do this once, you know what? That person is going to either unsubscribe or never open your emails again.
Right on.
Huh?
I said right on.
So don't risk it. Just stay with it. Stay consistent. And if you want to send other different messages, then get a different email newsletter and separate them. That's my 2 cents. And those are my mistakes. And this was some more stuff that was in that same email. Duplicate ads. Oh, look, solar panels, face masks. It's just vomiting. All right, there we go. Now that we've gotten past all of the mistakes that you can make in your email newsletter, let's talk about some tips to create the most irresistible newsletter ever. 5 tips. And before we get into that, I just want to let you know that we're in this QR powered presentation. And here is your next QR code that you can scan with your phone to get access to my Mental Marketer Blueprint and my membership area, where we have an email marketing masterclass. As you can see here, this is our email marketing masterclass that you can get access to as a Mental Marketer Blueprint member. You can scan the QR code, or you can find the link somewhere around this description to become a Mental Marketer Insider. And while you're at it, check out Brandon's link too. because you can become a member of his Monday Marketing Master. Wait a minute. Weekly Monday Marketing Madness, where you can get exclusive content, special trainings, and videos you won't get anywhere else. And in here, man, you've got tons of stuff in there, Brandon. Let's go. Scan it. All right. Here's my most irresistible tip number one. And I know you may disagree with this, Brandon, but I love great use of a full screen image. And here is an example of an email that really caught my attention. And don't look on the other side, okay? Don't look on the other side, Brandon, where my emails, you know what I'm talking about.
You got some viruses you got to take care of, and yeah, that OkCupid, man, I'll get you messed up.
Do you even know what OkCupid is?
Yes.
Oh, you do? Don't look at that, okay?
Sure.
So those, hey, Brandon, those are unsolicited emails.
I'm sure. Sure. What do we say about B2C? What I think we said B2C. Can't be unsolicited.
Yeah, and those they had some picks for me, okay? This is a no judgment zone. I think I must have input my email by accident or something, and they send me that stuff. But this is
market research, right, for one of your clients.
Yes. Going behind the scenes of OkCupid dating. All right, but we're looking at a I love this one here. I did love this image. It was a great, huge full screen image that really grabbed my attention. And as you see, it actually called me out by name to really grab your visitor's attention. Try adding a full screen call to action or squeeze page to your website. I've tried this as well, and I think this strategy works really good. So this is one of my tips for creating an irresistible email. Tip number 2, I really love this, Brandon. Step-by-step instructions inside of the email. I don't know if you've seen this before, but I think this one was an instruction on how to do online ordering on a food website. I tell you, I always love these food websites, but this one had instructions with arrows and circles explaining exactly how to make an online order. And when I saw this, I basically took this this email side by side to teach me how to actually do an order on their website. Do you like these types of emails, Brandon?
No.
Okay.
No. I guess it's great for this. I mean, this particular email is definitely not a newsletter type of email. This looks like an email that comes as a warm-up sequence to get you to stick to the app, because if you download some type of weird app and it's hard to navigate and use, you're not going to use it, right? So this is a good email to send out as a stick letter, so to speak, that gives you the instructions on how to use the application. So yeah, I mean, that's the whole purpose of it.
Well, I will say that this email came to me after I had visited the restaurant. So I had visited the restaurant and physically been inside of the restaurant, and I given my email address, and they wanted me to encourage me, said, hey, next time you can order online, and this can be available for you when you show up at the store. And here's how to do that. And then it walked me through going to their website. Well, maybe this could actually have been effective in a video or something, right? Maybe it could have been effective in a video. Maybe all you needed was a link to an external website to watch a video explaining. But I thought it was really neat that they showed these directions directly inside the email. And that's just a idea. You know, you have a customer and now you want to turn that customer into a repeat customer, right? You want and you've got business from them once and you want them to be a repeat customer. So you want to show them that, hey, you can make this even more convenient by ordering online first, and you can pay for it and it'll be here waiting for you, saving time. That's the idea behind this email idea. All right, you ready for tip number 3? I'm gonna say animation. And here is one of my favorites right here. Check it out. Can you see this, Brandon? All right. This is actually a template that's available inside of ClickFunnels 2.0. This template is a template that you can actually use. And hey, check that out. When you open up your email, there's a little bit of animation there. It's a little bit of options inside of your newsletter, clicking you, showing you where to go, and then also having all of your social links down here. I think it's nice. You know, you do need to make sure that you don't like having images, so you make sure that they're very small in size. That will increase the possibility of them landing in the inbox. But I think that having animation inside of your emails is a great idea. And if here we are with our QR powered presentation, and if you'd like to get these 10 email newsletter templates, you can scan the QR code right there. Hold on, let me see here. Let me move you out of the way there, Brandon. Oh,
and that didn't work.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought, hold on, let me see. Hold on.
That don't work.
Oh, that doesn't work either. Oh, okay. Wait. Let's do this. All right. There's a clear shot of the QR code. There it is. Wait a minute. Let's do this. All right. Yeah, there it is. Clear shot of the QR code. You get access to 10 of these email newsletter templates that you can click and download directly into a ClickFunnels 2.0 account. And ClickFunnels Classic right there. QR powered presentation. That's what it's about. All right. Let's go back. Here we are. All right. You like that, Brandon? I'm sorry. I'm learning how to use this thing. Most irresistible tip number 4. I love this style as a newsletter, and this is one of my favorites. There I go. I'm always talking about food. But what I liked about this email was the really bold headlines. And this email almost reminded me of a digital version of a print magazine. And if you've seen these types, you got a little an image on one side, and then you've got your headline, and then a little bit of talk about it, and then you have a link that's leading out to the full article that could be on your blog, right? It could be somewhere else. What do you think about this one, Brandon?
I like those types of emails. In fact, my home remodeling company out in California, I'm getting him dialed into some email marketing, and the template that has been created for him is this style of email to go out that will be linking to his articles, external articles, just due to lack of general content. Because again, we're building this thing from the ground up, as well as any deals and landing pages that I create for him, you know, through the system. So absolutely love this style of email.
Awesome. All right, now we are on the last one, and then the last tip is speak to your audience. And this one is an example of what we talked about earlier, about having the ability to actually use your email to link out to other articles that you've done. And you may recognize this person right here. That's Mr. Daniel Rosen. He's in the ClickFunnels community. Do you know Daniel Rosen?
Yep. So I spoke to him at FHL one last year, it was the year before.
Remember he won. He won. Do you remember he won? Yep, he won the Bootstrap Award. Yep, he won the Bootstrap Award. Let's go through this email from him, though. Okay. Bold headline: calling out, you're making this big mistake and it's killing your business. Clear call to action right at the beginning to go listen to the episode on his podcast. As we go down that email, you listen to the language that he has here. You might be feeling overwhelmed, stuck, unsure. He's actually agitating the problem with some key language from his target market's pain point. Then you go down a little bit further, and I love it because when you go down, he gives value. He summarizes the main topic of the content that was recently published, and he includes links to the video, the audio, and the blog posts. And this is, you talked about, it's a way to drive people, views, and clicks to your content. He takes it even a step further. And when you click the link, he uses a link to view the video, but to subscribe immediately. So not only is he gaining views, but he's also gaining subscribers to his channel because you're clicking through and you're hitting that subscribe button more likely than not. And then once you get to his channel, the intro video plays immediately. It's a seamless way to get people and get your message from, you're taking people from social media and you're making sure that they are watching your content, getting more clicks. And then when you click on the blog, it takes you to the current and past blog posts. And also, look there, Brandon. Look what he's got right here. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? His online auto webinar. He's got online auto webinar taking you right back to his blog posts and linking it. And you've got the opportunity to read the article and then go ahead and get into his auto webinar starting in just 10 minutes. And this is even further down in that email where he gives that path with a nice photo to pre-frame, establish credibility, nice little hook, story, and then clear call to actions telling you exactly what to do to ascend your customers along his value ladder. That is my 5 irresistible tips for your email marketing newsletter. And then we've got another, this is the last QR powered presentation. If you want to become a mental marketer insider, you can actually just scan this QR code, but I should probably move it around, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Scan the QR code or check the links below to become a mental marketer insider, as well as subscribe to Brandon's Monday Marketing Madness. Now, when you subscribe to our newsletter, you become a mental marketer insider with the 3 levels of membership inside of our membership area. There you have it. QR powered PowerPoint presentation. I want to see you do one, Brandon.
Maybe next week.
All right, have it ready. Have it ready. It ready.
When I have 5 minutes to breathe, I'll consider a presentation. Actually, I have one that I probably need to redo, and we'll have to do it coming up here after we get into our next book. So what's our next book going to be?
You want to make the announcement?
Yeah, I don't have it with me though. It's in my backpack. But we're going down under to Australia. We're going to be learning from one of the top Australian marketers, and I know my Australian accent is terrible, but we're going to be reading Sell Like Crazy from the one and only Sabri Subri of Kong Marketing. It's a #1 bestseller on Amazon. And Sabri is absolutely insane when it comes to marketing, where he's taking Kong Marketing and one of the fastest growing digital marketing agencies in Australia, all the way on the other side of the world. So, Mark, order the book. You can have it tomorrow. In fact, you didn't have it for this week. It surprises me because, again, Amazon, dude. Get it on Amazon. All right. That's it. Sell Like Crazy. So if you want to follow along with us as we talk about it, we don't have a link for it. You can either look them up, Google them, go on Amazon, get the book, and follow along with us as we go through Sell Like Crazy.
Yes, I'm excited. I didn't expect that book, but I'm excited about it, though. I'm excited to dig into that book. And I've seen a little bit of, I've seen a little bit of him. I've seen a little bit of his advertisements online. I'm not super familiar with him, though.
Well, this will give us the opportunity to get more familiar with him. I mean, I know enough about him and, looked into his background to kind of figure out what his shtick is. I mean, he did a partnership with Cardone at one point in time as well. I think Cardone may have interviewed him or vice versa. And I don't think he's in the ClickFunnels world. He might be. Who isn't, right? That has a ClickFunnels award to Comma Club. So
he has a funnel, so more than likely.
Yeah, more than likely it's a ClickFunnels funnel, and he's got a 2 Comma Club award for giving his $795 book away to then spend $2,000-$3,000 with him for him to implement his system, right? So it's the same
free plus shipping.
Free plus shipping. So it's similar shtick. However, we're going to get it from his angle on what he did and how he's putting his system together and get his background story and things like that on how he started. So the great thing about these types of books are it's the same, just told a little bit different, and you get it from a different perspective that may say it slightly different that actually just makes it click. So that's why you got to read all of these books, even though they may be talking about the same thing, because it's just a different way of learning the same process. And I equate that to a chemistry course that I had to retake.
Mm-hmm.
I completely failed it the first time, right? And I studied. I took the test. Just me and the professor just didn't get along, didn't understand how she was asking questions.
Yeah.
But I took it with a different professor, same material, same test, and I got an A. So, if you don't get it the first time, read a different book about the same topic from somebody else, and you'll probably get it. So that's why we're doing Sell Like Crazy, even though we've done half dozen other books like .com Secrets and Expert and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah. I thought I saw some diagrams or some doodles in that book that reminded me a little bit about .com Secrets and the whole Secrets trilogy. But you're right. You make a great point. It might be nothing new under the sun, but a lot of times you find these little differences and you're like, okay, so he's skinning the cat, but he's doing it a little bit different. Or maybe he might put one step in front of another step, or maybe even divide that one step into two things, and you get new insights. So stick around. We are going to get into that book next week. I'm excited. It's going to be our first book of the year. So let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right. Yes.
Right. Hey,
thanks for tuning in, everybody. Remember, check below for the links to get on our email newsletters, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Take care.